My grandfather was M.O. Minges, Miles Otho Minges, and his brother came to Pitt County in 1923 to open up the Orange Crush Bottling Company. And by 1935, they were able to also get an unknown soft drink named Pepsi-Cola. The first story I heard about our family's relationship with ECU, I think was in the 1940s, when M.O. and a group of other community leaders were called together to help raise funds because I believe a steam boiler needed to be repaired. By the 1950s, M.O.'s sons and daughter were all supporters of East Carolina. I think really it was my uncle Dr. Ray Minges and my father Jack who were keenly aware that Greenville's future was unmistakably tied to the success of the college.
My dad was Ray Minges. He was team physician. He was a driving force behind the formation of the Pirate Club. He was the first life member. He also helped raise money to build Ficklin Stadium.
Both my Uncle Ray and my father were involved in a capital campaign to raise $100,000 for the field house. At that time, the family got together and decided to help kick off the campaign, make a contribution of $25,000, which at the time was the largest contribution the college had ever received.
We've always stepped up in times maybe when we weren't sure if we really could afford to do it, but we were doing what we felt like was for the betterment of an institution.
The family was greatly honored when the university decided to rename the arena Minges Coliseum.
I think when you talk about East Carolina, they always talk about Minges Coliseum and the atmosphere and the fans.
Minges is a very special place. We're very blessed to have the facilities that we do.
When it's a close game, the emotions are already high, and then once you hear your fans in the stands rooting for you, you just can't let them down.
Growing up, it was always my dream to play here. It's been surreal.
We've been involved in many capital campaigns.
It wasn't just athletics, it was academics, it was really everything.
The most recent was the baseball campaign over at Keith LeClaire Stadium. Then later on, they asked us if we would step up to try to be a substantial donor for the basketball practice facility, and we did.
I loved hearing Daddy tell tales about what he affectionately called the Greenville Mafia.
Or the Untouchables. It was a fun name because they were personalities.
Daddy always said that when you walk in the door with men like Burger Scales, Reynolds May, Jack Minges, Dave Witcher, and himself, it was really hard for people to say no. So they didn't. They just said, "How much do you want?"
To this day, I think it's one of the greatest tales that circulates around from fundraising here at the university.
The ongoing challenge for me and my generation is living up to that legacy, and hoping that we can make them proud and carry it on.
It's gone past M.O.'s generation, the first generation, to the second generation with my father and his brothers, and the third generation with myself and my cousin and others. And now it's even gone to the fourth generation with Jeff Minges' sons being out on the Pirate Club and those types of things.
The next generation is on tap to be equally as good, if not better.
Any thoughts of a fifth generation?
Well, they're coming. Hopefully they will be taught the same lessons that we were taught by our parents.
I'd like to thank the Minges family for all they've done for Eastern North Carolina and ECU.
We would like to say thank you so much for your contributions.
It's nice to be recognized, and it's nice to know that people remember the past and look forward to the future.
It means a lot to me that we're still part of that ECU family.
I'm very proud to look at where we've come from generation to generation, looking forward to the fourth generation doing their part to make East Carolina great.